Doing good. How you guys doing?
We're doing great, man. I want to thank you guys so much for being on the show tonight, dude. How are you guys doing tonight?
Doing good. Just trying to stay cool.
Dude.
Beating the COVID. How you guys doing?
Dude, we're doing great, dude. I remember the first time I ever saw you guys. Well, first off, Wes, I want to tell you that you're a true music supporter, and so is everybody else in your band. But I see so much support coming out of you every day on Facebook, and I remember when Insanity's Reign booked their first tour, I was like, dude, I got to call this Wes kid, dude. Like, this kid's like in a punk band, super energetic, ton of charisma. And I remember we got to play a show together at Eastside Bar and Grill in Portland. Do you remember that show?
Oh yeah, that was awesome. I think we surprised a lot of people, man. That energy was just boom out of nowhere.
Yeah, dude. That whole show was like a huge lineup, dude. So for all the listeners and the billions and billions of listeners around the world, introduce yourselves in the band, the positions you play, and just like the type of music that End of Conflict plays.
I'm Ryan. I play guitar and vocals. I'm Kyle. I play bass and vocals. Hey, I'm that guy that loves Dave Grohl. He's kind of my hero. No, I'm just kidding. I'm Wes, and I drum and I yell because I don't sing. So my slogan is I drum and I roar within the conflict.
Dude, that's awesome, dude. So for the listeners out there, what kind of music would you guys say that you guys play?
Very much like punk inspired, grunge inspired, thrash metal inspired, all sorts of different kind of just aggressive, fast music. Oh yeah, it ties into a lot of our thoughts and emotions. There's one thing about this band that I really enjoy is we happen out of nowhere. I mean, it wasn't supposed to happen, but we freaking made it happen. You know what I mean? Boom, here we are.
Dude, that is awesome, dude. And so when End of Conflict first started, were you guys already friends, or did you guys just like do the whole band thing and like find each other on Craigslist and just start fresh? How did the whole band originate?
Quite literally, it got together as we jammed more. I was ending a really toxic project in 2017, and I was honestly going to quit playing. I was just done with the whole Salem Portland music scene, and I took some months off, and thankfully a friend of ours reached out to Brian and Kyle, like, hey, we know people that want to jam, and I was like, all right, we got one shot at this, and we'll see what happens, and it just grew from there. And I met Ryan about month after we started jamming together with Kyle and a couple of other buddies, and I was like, this dude just needs to be in the freaking band. I just knew it.
Dude, that's awesome. And then from there, just all the magic happened?
Oh, for real. I mean, like, Kyle and Ryan walked in, and it was awesome. We spent weekends just jamming on original ideas, covers, having fun, just screwing around, getting to know each other, man. It became an awesome brotherhood.
That's awesome. Do each of you guys pull hard influences from like the bands that you guys listen to, like your favorite bands?
So one more time, what was that?
Do you guys pull a lot of influence from your guys' favorite bands that you guys listen to?
Oh, definitely.
All right, how about this? Wes, give me two bands that really inspire your drumming. What would you say, like, that kind of like help make up mold your style?
Okay, I know everybody hates them, but I love Lars, man. I'm not gonna lie. Metallica always has been and always will be my favorite metal band, and you can tell it's punk rock hurricane. I think the snare sounds similar to somebody else. Metallica and definitely the Foo Fighters, man. Dave Grohl is he's my hero. Dude,
I love Dave Grohl. All right, Kyle, tell me two bands that kind of inspire your style.
I definitely would have to say Rage for sure. Probably one of my biggest, and then definitely Green Day as well.
That's awesome. All right, Ryan. What about you, Ryan? What are two bands that really inspire your style?
Same with me. Green Day is always going to be like a number one since I was a teenager, first started playing guitar. And then probably Rancid would be the next big punk influence.
Dude, I love Rancid. I love that one. It goes, Cadillac, or whatever. What song is that?
You good? On the top of black shoes, white goes there, on the top of. That was Tim Armstrong got me.
You know what? I remember hearing that in like Tony Hawk's Underground for the first time, and I was like, I love Rancid.
Oh yeah.
So you know what? You guys are a high energy like punk band. What kind of inspiration like do you guys have behind your lyrics? Like, what kind of lyrics does this band write?
Some sad boy stuff, some angry stuff, just screwing around kind of stuff. Just pretty much whatever comes to mind, whatever sounds good and matches I can practice.
Dude, that's awesome, dude. So, you know, when do you guys go in and write a new song, how does that usually originate? Does like somebody show up with a guitar riff? Do lyrics usually drive the song? Like, when you guys go into the studio, how do you guys write a new song?
A lot of times we'll send little recordings to each other on like Messenger or something. It'll be like, hey, I got this little idea here. It's like, oh, hey, what if you did it like this? Like, oh, you mean like this? Yeah, like that. We'll try it like this now. And yeah, it just kind of builds. And then when we meet up, we're just kind of, we've practiced it enough times that we just kind of put it together and see like which parts we want to change and what sounds good already and all that kind of stuff. Yeah, except for me, my drums are always locked in my garage and I can't set them up, so they'll, like Ryan was saying, they'll send all the recordings, they'll send the riff ideas, and we'll get in practice sessions at Guitar Center and whatnot, and fill it in the jam room, and so I want you to do this, and I'm like, okay, I'll play the beat. He's like, no, I want you to do this, and then I'm like, oh, okay, then it comes together.
Dude, hey, I think that's usually how songs usually start. You know, I've heard you guys, I've heard your style. Now that like we've been kind of locked down in COVID, have you guys like learned anything about yourselves, or have like wanted to like grow? Like, how are you guys growing the band right now? Now that like we can't play shows, I know a lot of bands right now are just working their tails off.
I mean, just kind of meeting up when we can. We did hit the studio pretty recently, and we got some more songs recorded, like some other songs that we may have heard live before, but not recorded yet. We got them recorded. So we've at least done something.
That's awesome, dude. How old are you guys? I just want to find out.
I'm 24. 27. Okay, I'm 27 and I'm left-handed and I'm in a punk rock trio. All good. Nirvana really grew on me. I hate to admit that I used to hate them, but I like them now.
Hey, you know what? Sometimes we have bands like that like, what I noticed when I was younger is that a lot of the bands I thought I didn't like was like just mostly like influenced by like friends. But like the older I got and like I gave a lot of bands like a chance, like I became huge fans. I know I have a ton of bands like that.
Yeah, there was a couple of times I've heard Rage Against the Machine. I didn't like them. I thought they were too repetitive. But now I love the shit out of them.
Oh yeah, hey, sometimes repetitive is good, man.
One of the biggest influences I have on guitar is Tom Morello, because you listen to Rage, he's got really heavy riffs, and then he's got a really structured and like fluctuating solo. Then you listen to Audioslave, he 180s at the snap of his fingers. He's got a really fine riff, and then his solo is just like, all right, I'm gonna take off. And we love Tom, man.
Yeah, absolutely, man. So, when we get back to playing shows, what are your guys' hopefully in 2021? What is your guys' goals?
There's a few stages I'd like to adventure out to, and actually we had festivals lined up this year, but due to COVID, of course, we weren't able to get those on board. But man, we'd love to hit a festival and make another record and keep kicking ass. Excuse my language.
That's all right. I dig it, man. I know it's a lot of people's goals, and one thing that I've noticed from this whole COVID thing, that so many people are dropping new albums, and when we get back to playing shows, everybody's going to be so overly rehearsed that I think the music scene's just going to bounce back super hard.
Definitely.
Absolutely. All right, guys, we've talked enough music. I'm going to get to the fun segment of the interview. Each and every one of you guys, I'm going to ask you guys 5 questions, and you guys only get 30 seconds to answer. You guys ready for this?
All right.
All right, starting with Wes. If you are in a zombie apocalypse and you only can pick one weapon to kill the zombie horde, what is your weapon?
Wolverine's adamantium claws, Bob. All day, every day.
All right.
I've got my accent hat on right now, too, so forever I'm candy.
All right. All right, Kyle, what is your weapon to kill the zombie horde?
Katana.
I like it. Oh, you know what I noticed? That's the answer of a lot of people I ask this question. Katana and samurai sword.
It's short and simple, you know, it's not too complicated.
And you never have to reload.
Yeah, I mean, you have to sharpen it up, but with a couple rocks, you know. Pretty easy to find.
All right, Ryan. What is your weapon of choice to kill the zombie horde?
I'd get a Hummer, and I'd put, like, a tractor thing in front, and just move through it.
Oh, man. Hopefully you don't run out of gas, dude.
We don't have to pay for it at that point. Yeah.
All right, now we're going to reverse the order. Ryan, I'm going to ask you, you got 30 seconds to answer. If you could be a superhero or supervillain, or a superhero or supervillain that best represents your personality, who would it be?
Spider-Man.
I like it. All right, Kyle, if you could be a superhero or supervillain for a day that best represents you, who would it be?
Flash.
I like it. All right, Wes, it's down to you. Superhero or supervillain, what best represents your personality?
You gotta call the guy out with freaking Marvel and DC tattoos.
You know what? You could even throw an anime, man.
No, I'm not worthy to be the cowboy. I'm gonna go with Green Lantern.
Hey, he's super powerful. All right, moving on to the third question. All right, we're gonna start off. We're gonna start off in the middle. Kyle. If you could sit in with any band and play a set in any era, what band would you want to play a set with?
Honestly, I think I'd have to say Escape the Bay.
Hey.
I Escape the Bay a lot.
Hey, I love that, dude. I think they're killer. All right, Ryan, if you could sit in with any band and play a set in any era, any show, what band would it be?
Insomniac era, Green Day.
Dude, I love it. All right, Wales, Mr. Wales, if you could play drums for any band in any era, what band would you sit in and play a set with?
Fudge, man. That's a tough one. Damn, if I had to choose one.
Dead or alive, any band.
Oh, no, you're wrong. Not those guys. Not the other guys who are like. I'm gonna go with Metallica, Damage Justice, and Seattle Late Night era.
I love it. All right, Wes, we're gonna start off with you. I love it. All right, Wes, what is one food that you find absolutely disgusting?
What?
What is one food that you find absolutely disgusting?
Oh man, it depends on what kind of New England clam chowder soup you're serving on the coast.
All right.
You're wrong.
All right, Kyle. What is one food that you think is just gross? You smell it, you just want to throw it off the table. What is it?
Blue cheese.
Oh, I can't stand blue cheese either. All right, Ryan. What is one food? You got the longest to think about this. What is one food you can't stand the smell? You do not want it on your steak. You do not want it on your plate. What is it?
Beef stroganoff. Ever since I was a kid.
All right, beef stroganoff. All right. Starting with you, Ryan. Tell me one band that you listen to that your other bandmates don't know that you listen to.
I got one.
You can say pass if you want, if somebody else got an answer.
Does anyone else have one? I know that mine's definitely ABBA. I'm not afraid to admit it. And Dancing Queen, you know, the first Dancing Queen is awesome. Okay, that's a classic.
All right, Kyle, do you have a band that your band doesn't know that you listen to, or an artist?
Yeah, I was the one that said ABBA.
Okay, what about you, Wes?
Oh God, Well, I actually post it, and people don't pay attention, but believe it or not, I have 6 Atlantis Morissette CDs in my rack, so Mama Atlantis.
Hey, dude, I love Atlantis. All right, Ryan, you've had enough time to think about this. What is one band that your bandmates don't know that you privately listen to?
I think Kyle knows, but I listen to a lot of Little Peep, I guess.
Hey, that's not bad, man. That's not bad. I like it. Well, hey, guys, I love those answers so much. Those are some of the coolest answers that I've had, and I'm happy that I had all of you guys together. We are talking to Wes, Kyle, and Ryan of End of Conflict. Hey, we're getting towards the end of the interview. Is there anything you want to say to your friends, fans, and the billions and billions of listeners listening around the world?
What the fuck, mixtapes? It is cooking.
And then I'm happy you got that reference.
Yeah, finally.
That's going to be the new ending.
No kidding. Right?
Finally, the Metal Mixtape is back
Thanks, guys.
in Kaiser, Oregon.